And welcome back to the Halo PAX Prime Showdown. On your screen right now, you're looking at Reality Check, who's tied 1-1 with the higher-seeded Triggers Down. Reality Check able to take Lockout Team Slayer, while Triggers Down able to bounce back on Sanctuary, capture the flag. Game 3 is going to be Lockout, King of the Hill. Thank you so much for joining us here as we get this match started. You're checking out some exclusive Halo 2 anniversary action. And the next map, Lockout, actually was just announced on Thursday morning.
Yeah, and obviously extremely pleased to announce that. We all know how much the community, myself, yourself, we all love Lockout so much. So to be able to bring that back as one of those 6 remastered maps, it's definitely a great moment.
Yeah, it's been good. I hope you at home have also enjoyed playing Lockout. We have Lockout playable for the first time in North America here on the PAX Prime show floor at the Xbox booth, the Astro, and the Skull Candy booth. Would also like to give a special shout out to Astro and Skull Candy, who actually provided our $10,000 prize pool. So a huge shout out to them, for which without them this event certainly would not be possible. And of course our friends at Twitch and ESL for all the support on this production. My name is Bravo. I'm joined by Ghost Ayami, and we thank you for tuning into this match. We're about to get into Game 3 right here, and I'm excited to see it's anyone's series right now, Ghost.
Oh yeah, I mean it's 1-1, and both teams have shown extreme signs of life. We saw Reality Check just dominate Game 1. And we saw Triggers Down dominate Game 2. So I'm excited to see this Game 3 right here as we jump on board with Fear itself right out on top BR, making some plays now here with Hysteria, but he gets naded, and it looks like he's going to back up and take some cover.
It looks like, that Stalactite comes down, but no one falls victim just yet, and no points on the board. No teams have been able to push up to top mid just yet, but Fear itself does have the sniper rifle in hand, going to try to stay alive.
And what you saw right there is that sniper rifle landed BR2. We all know that when you shoot the barrels, that middle barrel, when you shoot the middle barrel, the sniper won't land, most likely second BR, maybe a little bit top middle, and Fear itself was fortunate enough to receive the sniper.
Yeah, nice shot. Fear itself now playing it soft. But look how slow this start is to King of Hill. No one has even pushed top middle once yet. Still 0-0 with almost a minute into the match.
And there are just grenades everywhere. Fear itself trying to figure it out. He's trying to see what direction should I take, what angle. And now being on a Library Bridge, not necessarily the best angle for a sniper, but also not the worst. He has some great vantage points, but unfortunately also doesn't have much cover.
Yeah, his team is able to put just a few seconds on the board, but it won't be much. 7-3. The hill has moved to top BR though. That's the B hill. We'll see if he can maintain control here. This is where they want maybe get a little bit of time.
And what you also have to look out for is we do have Lethal maintaining that top blue control. He's doing a great job putting down shots on anyone pushing top middle, and that is why Triggers Down is just holding down the BR tower.
Yeah, we'll show you Lethal for just a second, as Ghost was saying, holding down top blue. Look at the vantage points he has. He can watch open rim, watch players pouring out of snipe tower. Some nice shots there on SUDDOTH too. We'll see if his team is in any position to finish. Hysteria, the last member alive right there, as all of TD dropped, and now Reality Check is in a position to move up to BR tower. But like you said, Ghost, we got to watch out for the transitions. We're going to the C hill next, and you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You need to be flexible and be able to move around the map.
Correct, and we do know that, the Reality Check is doing some things right now to milk that time, as now we see Hysteria potentially get this kill on SUDDOTH too, and he will connect with that grenade. Phenomenal cleanup right there. Obviously trying to avenge Fear itself's death, and now he's going to push and maintain control at Snipe 2 to try and stop anyone from pushing over to top blue from BR tower. Another great angle from TD.
Yeah, nice job. Triggers Down here with a little bit of a lead. It looks like Reality Check was able to tie the score for a brief moment, but I want to switch over to Fear itself. He's got the sniper rifle and the sword with top BR control.
And this is the place to have it here, folks. Other than Sniper Tower, top BR is the best place to have that snipe sword combo, but unfortunately for him, he dies, and now it looks like Zuu is in the hands of that sniper.
Yeah, Zuu actually does get taken out as well. We'll see if anyone on his team is in position to grab that, but instead it's Hines who does pick up that sniper rifle now with a little bit of angle. We pretty much have a tied game here, 24-21.
And he also has that sword in his back pocket. You can see it in the top right hand of your screen. He has it, and he is ready to pull it out whenever necessary. However, he only needs that sniper maintaining that top BR control. He has the one sniper bullet left, and we're going to see if he can make work of it.
That's right, and Triggers Down finally getting some points on the board here. A little bit under 12 minutes left in the match, 32-24. But Reality Check also grabbing some time here. They're in the bottom middle hill. Let's switch over to SUDDOTH 2, who's in that D hill that's located at the first level of the sniper rifle tower.
And Snipe 1 is just such a huge hill to control. When you have Snipe Tower, you can really do a great job of just milking the time. And SUDDOTH 2, he's standing in the most obvious spot, unfortunately for him. It gets cleaned up. Normally you'll see players actually kind of crouch in the corners over by elbow because they're a little bit more hidden, and obviously a little bit questionable to go in there because of the nades, and you can get some back smacks, but not the case there.
That's right. Now Thrust is trying to hold down this hill. We'll see if we can stay on board with him. His team is now in the lead, 51-34, coming back, trying to get a lunge there, and does get it. They're going to trade, as you see right there. Now players just jumping into Sniper 1 and dying over and over and over again.
We saw Zuu unfortunately fall off the map. Thrust got taken down. SUDDOTH 2 was making a push. He got killed, and SUDDOTH 1 went down top middle as well. And it looks like Hysteria is milking the last few seconds of that bottom Sniper hill.
Yep, that brings brings the score within a few points. But now at the bottom middle, what he wants to worry about here is a player pushing down. He does have help from Lethal, but Zuu takes him out.
Wow.
Nice shots there from Zuu.
Unfortunately for Hysteria, Lethal was not on point right there with the teamwork, but they do get the kill. However, Lethal gets cleaned up, and now it looks like Heinz is going to make his way and try and milk some time there, bottom mid.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and switch over to some of the RC squad now. SUDDOTH 2 is at top middle, shooting down the Stalactite, going to try to stay alive, and then drop down straight, using that environment to drop down. A nice job there, but immediately gets taken out. And what we're seeing here in both the D and the E hill ghosts is players just lunging across the map, doing whatever they can to get there, and almost dying immediately.
I mean, and he just Batman down in that hill, but we're going to see, it looks like Fear itself now picked up that sniper rifle. He's going to watch these great vantage points, however, getting pushed on elbow. Some good nades over here from Reality Check, but he also has that sword, so no one can come close to him. But if he's going to go for the no-scope, no, takes out the sword and gets the right play done. Checks out the scoreboard, sees 2-on-2, and he's just going to play it a little bit cautious here.
That's right, and that luxury, of course, of having that sword in your back pocket allows you to miss that no-scope from time to time. But right here, playing a little bit aggressive, but it looks like he knew he had those angles and could get away with that. Now we're at a tie game, 59-59.
And something that Fear itself also has to watch out for is the ammo in his sword. We know that it actually depletes in Halo 2 Anniversary, so he can't have that forever. It's not the godly combo that you once remember, but it certainly still holds a ton of weight here as he's still patrolling with that last tenth of his ammo.
Yeah, nice job there. We're still at a tie game. Back and forth, these two teams. Ghost, we can't talk about enough how important Game 3 is in a best-of-5 series.
Oh, it is the swing game without a doubt. You know it's either King of the Hill or Oddball, and we have King of the Hill on Lockout here today, something I'm extremely glad to bring everyone, as it looks like we got a little bit of a trade.
Yep, Thrust traded there with Fear itself. You got to say, if you're Reality Check, that's a good decision because Fear itself was nearly unstoppable. Let's switch over to Hysteria on the TD side, trying to flank this BR tower.
And Heinz just got killed over there in the BR tower, and unfortunately Hysteria did as well. And it looks like Reality Check is actually to put him some time there. Zuu maintaining control, as it looks like SUDDOTH 1 actually has the sniper. He's been making some plays over here.
Yeah, we'll go over to SUDDOTH 1. Once again, this game is tied, trying to hit the no-scope, but does get taken out, and that's Hysteria, who's going to try to grab that sniper rifle. Goodness gracious, we have players just dropping every moment, it seems like, at every hill. Players are playing so aggressive. Hysteria trying to get that angle on the player who's hiding up there, and they do take him out. Zuu does fall victim as the entire TD squad is pushing across top mid right now. Nice shot
What a
there.
whip of a headshot right there. So iconic in Halo 2. You see players down at their body and then just whip the snipe up to their head. Clean up that headshot. Just great shot. Great talent.
Yeah, and they finally gained the lead there. You know, Hysteria did not want to miss that shot. That means players are going to be coming up to him, as I was just saying, at that sniper rifle tower, so he does fall victim. Heinz is in the hill. Let's see what he's up to. Now, let's see, trying to stay alive in the back, but he gets taken out. It seems like whoever we switch to at all times is getting taken out. Very fast-paced game here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, King of the Hill is just always neck and neck. I mean, you just see players constantly barreling in for the hill, barreling in for the sniper, so forth. And trying to get that control as now Heinz is getting backed up over here by Reality Check and gets just taken out by Zuu right there, top snipes. Phenomenal play by them as now Triggers Down is still somehow milking with 2 people down.
Yeah, let's go ahead and switch over to SUDDOTH 2, who is on top of the BR tower once again. Still a 6-point game with 7.5 left. This is neck and neck. Usually, Ghost, we don't see King of the Hill this closely matched in a game like this.
Oh, no. There's normally one team that just takes a hill and runs with it, but then it is just back and forth. It is just a testament of how close these teams are right now. The series is not only tied 1-1, but the score is almost tied 100-100 as well.
That's right. Now, Fear itself has a sniper rifle in hand at the snipe tower. We'll see what he's up to if he can continue this lead for his team. They're up 117-101. The hill's about to move down to D, and this is the crazy hill. SUDDOTH 1 is below Fear itself right now. SUDDOTH 1 is going to have to, Fear itself is going to have to push on SUDDOTH, who's grabbing time.
And it looks like he spots another SUDDOTH on elbow, takes him out as he helps out a teammate, but unfortunately gets meleeed. However, the teammate does come and clean it up, as now we have 12 bullets left in Fear itself sniper. Take that down to 9.
Excellent job there as he hits those 3 shots, but it pays off, And right now, if they can hold this is what we talked about, Ghost. If you can get one solid setup, that can be enough to take you through the game in King of the Hill.
And again, you watch these vantage points being taken by Fear itself. It looks like that almost hit through the wall, but it did not. Fear itself is on point right now. The double kill. Does he hit the triple with the snipe? Oh, and we're going to have an elbow spawn here. Unfortunately, could not hit that over the fence.
Yep. And SUDDOTH 2 gets punished now, 147 to 111. So for the first time, we're seeing Triggers Down pull away. They're able to control this D hill. I got to say, what an incredible job here from Triggers Down. SUDDOTH 1 was in that hill. And right there, Fear itself had enough right there of a spree that he does finally get taken out. Let's switch over to SUDDOTH 1 on the reality check side, who just picked up that kill and his sniper rifle.
Picked the sniper off of a little bit of a cocky, bold play from Fear itself, as now he's going to make some bold plays himself, pushing down bottom middle with the sniper, something that's a little bit unfamiliar as he backs up to S1 and takes a little bit, better route, better angle, and definitely knows what he's doing with it.
But as I was saying, reality check was actually in that hill. Great teamwork from Triggers Down to control almost the entire D hill, and as a result now, they're up by quite a bit. We'll go ahead and switch back over to Fear itself on the Triggers Down side. Still has a sniper rifle and quite a lead.
Yeah, great flank by Fear itself. He just cleaned up 2 over at Sniper Tower and then picked up that sniper. Still has 3 bullets left, and we know he's going to do work with it.
Yeah, here he is now, making sure that no one's spawning around that blue area. Does find a player on the elbow. Looks like he hits that no-scope body shot. Nice job to clean that up. He's going to drop down once again. Look how common it is. He can drop down, help, and jump up. He's got great angles here with the sniper rifle.
Yeah, the Snipe Tower just has so much room to work with. You can watch elbow and control blue tower. You can watch top blue and control anyone pushing top middle. You can watch down low. I mean, there is just so many spots for players to work with, and the options are just unparalleled for the sniper rifle.
Yeah, but now Fear itself going to try to hit this shot on the player challenging from top PR. He's only got 1 bullet left, though, as we'll see if he can do this. But his team is up 186 to 116. Gotta say, if your Triggers Down, you have to be feeling much better than after that Game 1 replay.
And we see reality check starting to make some questionable plays, pushing top middle, trying to milk that hill. Not really, in my opinion, the best way to go about it. It's better to try and get a swing hill on something a little bit more controllable than top middle. But Fear itself is just patiently waiting to hit this snipe.
Yeah, right now having that 1 bullet left. You gotta love also, and you gotta respect what Fear itself is doing. Woo! Oh my!
That no-scope.
Fear itself not only being a threat and being, pushing the enemy team back, but also making sure the enemy team cannot poke out at all because he is so deadly with that sniper rifle. Amazing no-scope there on the player S2.
And the scoreboard just tells the truth right there. Fear itself being the clear-cut slayer on the team right now. No hill time because he is just maintaining control of every single person that's alive on the reality check team. Look at that, a kill and assist, and almost gets that other one. SUDDOTH 2 thinks he's, SUDDOTH 1 thinks he's making a good play over there and is going to push up to BR Tower.
Yep,
we're going to see if they can make a
That's actually Thrust, who was in that hill. I'll switch over to Thrust, see if he can stay alive, but there is barrels nearby. Let's see if he can stay alive, and somehow manages to do so. His team is in an okay position to hold this battle rifle tower, but ZooWoo is all the way across the map.
It looked like he just got nuked up there, but he somehow managed to stay alive, and as now we have 2 players in the hill. However, you do only get 1 point for every second you're in the hill. It doesn't matter if you have 2 teammates in the hill. You will still only get 1 tick, so that is not necessarily the best play. But it's seeming to work out for them right now.
Yeah, Lethal has a sniper rifle, and I want to switch over to him. He's heating up now, 197 to 142 in favor of Triggers Down, trying to push across the snipe, being pretty aggressive here. We'll see if he pulls the sniper rifle back out. Does get punished, though, for overextending.
Yeah,
but
that elbow spawn.
Triggers Down is happy. Hines is still at top PR as he does get taken out, and I tell you, every time we switch to anyone who's in the hill, they get taken out immediately. That same might happen here for ZooWoo, who is in the hill, 145 to 205, 3 minutes left. It would be possible. SUDDOTH 2 is with him, at top blue with the sniper rifle. We'll see what he's up to.
Yeah, and look, after Lethal's bold play, dropping the sniper bottom middle instead of going back to top middle, and now looks like the sniper fell into the hands of SUDDOTH 2. But unfortunately for reality check, it is going to go back to the hands of Triggers Down if they do happen to come across the top blue.
Yeah, we'll see who's in the deadliest spot. Hysteria is in a nice spot right now, hanging out on the S3 ledge, making sure no one comes underneath him. Right now, I love what he's doing with this outer S3 ledge. Of course, a very important spot in Halo 2 Classic, and we've brought it back in Halo 2 Anniversary as he surprises both SUDDOTH 2 and ZooWoo there, trying to stay alive and cause a little bit of havoc here. Oh, but a nice stick there.
But he does get the kill. He gets the trade right there. But yes, that spot that Hysterius was using, very common. I see that being used in, seemingly so by Washington players the most. Hysteria and Neighbor, obviously Tetrashot and Perplexity. SK Halo God. There's so many Washington players that just played Lockout 2v2s on end, and Hysteria is one of those guys. He is just so familiar with this map, and notably so, he is just racking up the hill time.
Right now, 229 to 165, a commanding lead from Triggers Down. as we said earlier, a very different TD squad than we saw in that Game 1, and they're coming back with vengeance. Wouldn't be surprised if they took this in the next 3 games, which was a scenario that we discussed actually earlier in the series.
And the objective control right now is just on point. I mean, Triggers down. They are just not taking no for an answer. They are constantly putting in pressure on Reality Check, but it looks like we're going to move over to SUDDOTH, one who has a potential flanker right here, gets a great kill over there on Hysteria, and he's going to make his move over on Fear itself. Does he get the kill before? Yes, the combo, and he picks up a bullet left in the sniper. Let's see if he gets this no-scope.
Yeah, right now waiting for that player to potentially drop down. It looks like no one actually is in position to do so, so he's going to maintain these last few seconds as we move to Underglass.
Woo! That could have been a headshot right there, folks, but unfortunately for SUDDOTH 1, he only connected on the body as his brother is trying to milk that time bottom middle, and it looks like SUDDOTH 1 is helping him out, doing a great job, not only maintaining control of the hill, but also surviving. However, he did just die there, as now Thrust makes his push, stays alive. Great job by him. Reality Check just doing great plays left and right.
You have a nice job here. Thrust working with his teammate Zulu to hold this down. Looks like a lot of nades flying in, but they do have numbers. SUDDOTH 2 is also at bottom BR, pushing towards glass. They're slowly bringing this back, but it's actually not possible for them to come back here. Look at the time on the clock on the bottom right of your screen. Only 23 seconds left, and the deficit is greater than that.
And so you will most likely see Triggers down, lean back a little bit. They know that the game is over. The game is won. Reality Check is going to try and milk the time as much as they can. But Triggers down. It looks like they're going to close this one out and hit that lead.
It's right now 2:51 to 2:11. Just 5 seconds left as the clock ticks down. And as you said, Triggers down is going to take this Game 3, and that means we're going to a Game 4. And that game is going to be Ascension Team Slayer, the first time that we've seen that this weekend.
Oh, and Ascension Team Slayer, one of my favorite game types. I mean, you have 2 snipers, you have the rockets, you have the overshield, you have the top middle dish. I mean, even the shotgun, the portals. There's just so many different ways to make moves, to make flanks, and obviously to make plays. So I'm definitely excited to see how that one turns out in Game 4.
And you see Reality Check talking about that last game just now, undoubtedly not feeling as confident as they were coming out of the first game. That game, as we said, was neck and neck up until that bottom D hill when Triggers down was able to. We Fear itself with Sword Sniper nearly the entire game. He was able to work with his team to get SUDDOTH 1 out of the hill, and they maintained almost that entire D hill, and they built upon that lead throughout the rest of the match.
I mean, just the angles that they were taking with that sniper. We talk about it time and time again, maintaining the elbow control, the top blue, the top middle, the bottom middle, and Fear itself was just hitting the shots. Impeccable play by him, and notably so, that's why they won it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It got to be interesting to see what happens in Ascension Team Slayer. That's a game type that can really go any way. We've seen teams at Gamescom in Germany just a few weeks ago. We saw crazy comebacks. There was a point where TCM was down 24-6, and they were able to come back. So anything can truly happen on Ascension Team Slayer, and I'm excited to get that match kicked off. We're going to have Game 4 between Reality Check and Triggers Down coming up in just a minute after a quick break.